Well, good morning. It is 5:41 on Sunday, May 21st. I woke up at 5 and I said I gotta get up, and then I'm so tired, and the next thing I knew it was 5:30. I've already been to the privy, and I need to get moving. If any of a day that there was that I should get up and get going fast, it's today because of this big water. I need to paddle about 3-ish kilometers to get to the first portage. And then I've got probably a very long day on the Lady Evelyn River. From what I read yesterday, even if the water is high, I've got tons of leftovers and beaver dams and stuff that I have to get through. Well, this morning I'm taking advantage of the table, having oatmeal with some dehydrated apples and cinnamon. And the water boils in this thing so fast, I'm always like, oh, I should do this, I should do this. It's like 2 seconds later, the water's boiling. It's so fast. It wasn't even 3 minutes. Pour that in there. Okay, while I'm doing that, I'm going to get out my sunscreen. Maybe today's the day the sun will be out, and I'll be on the river and we'll be able to get it on. I've also pulled out, yesterday I left certain things on top. Jolly Ranchers. There it is. Part of the Snickers. I forgot I got hungry last night and ate a little bit of it. Wanted a couple bites of something to keep me warm. Okay, let's go. Well, good morning. It is 7 o'clock on Sunday, May 21st, I believe. I am here at the beach campsite on Smoothwater Lake in Temagami, and I am heading towards the portage that goes into Apex. According to Hap's book, the portage in Apex isn't bad. It's an 815 meter. And then there's a 715 meter going into the next lake, White Mud, I believe it's called. No, Apex, yeah, Apex to White Mud, and then to the South Lady Evelyn River. So that one is 715 meters. So I'm all packed up and ready to go. Water's still fairly calm, so that's good. I think I have around 3 kilometers of paddling to do to get to the portage. So off we go. All right, it is 7:07 and I am paddling towards the portage. A couple of patches of sunshine coming through the sky here. The sun rose over and behind there, but the sky looks pretty good. Hopefully it'll clear up. It'll be really nice today. I could use some sunshine on that river because I'm probably going to be really cold in that water. Just going to film real quick before I get into the thick of it. That island that has a campsite where I was going to go to, right in behind it, all the water is coming from up at the top of the lake, and there's white caps out here. Kind of going in my favor, sort of. They're kind of a little bit behind and beside me, but not in front of me. And I'm probably just going to put my head down and paddle hard here and get to the other end before this gets crazy. I don't like it when the waves are coming from the side and they make my boat go all crazy. I don't like it at all. But it does feel like they're pushing me a little bit too in the right direction, which is good. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was lost. Not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow. Well, the sun has come out, which is helping with my mood. Decided to turn a bit towards the shoreline a bit more to my left because the waves are heading that way. The wind is behind me heading that way, and these are some crazy waves out here. I am just riding the waves, and I'm kind of grateful. You can see them. I'm less than a kilometer away from the portage. I let the waves kind of take me towards the shore a little bit, which is helpful. They were out of control back there. Alright, well, of course it's always the way. Well, I can't complain. That was a rough ride for sure. Just in the last little section at the end of the lake, and of course as soon as I get there and I come around the corner, the wind is behind me fully. The waves are with me fully. Alright, whatever, let's go. Finally made it to the portage here into Apex. Oh, that's quite the landing. I had to take everything out. I had to bring the boat up. And the wind just picked up and started moving it. I'm like, no, you can't have my canoe. Sorry. Alright, 24 minutes to do an 815 meter. It wasn't very difficult. There's some tree roots and there's a bit of boulder gardens, but it's not too bad. Most of the portage is like this. Oh, my friend the moose was here. I missed him again. So sucky. Keep seeing tracks everywhere. And no moose. I don't know what's going on. I must be just carrying the canoe really slowly. It's 8:48 and I'm almost back at the pack. It's like right there. Oh, the start of the portage is a hill. Forgot about that. Oh, I guess there's a few more uphills than I realized. It was like the third or fourth one now. I'm like, oh, yeah, this. So, that explains why it took me a lot longer. There's another one up there. Hey, look, another hill. I think that maybe I just blocked them out of my mind. So here's the downhill, followed by another uphill. I think that's 6 or 7. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a hard portage, like, by any means, especially in Temagami standards, but I was just trying to figure out why it took me like 13, 14 minutes to get back, and it took me 24 minutes to get here. I mean, 21-ish minus the stops, so that's why I was noting the hills. All right, I'm just gonna take a minute here to fix my shoe. It's just the right one. As you can see, the strap has completely come off again. There's just this little band holding it together, and then the 2 strings I have attached. So I just want to make it a little bit tighter because I feel like when I'm walking, the back of the shoe is coming off. I mean, it's not really, but I just don't want any issues. This one just has the 1 string. It's still somewhat attached here, and that's all good. I might put a second one on there too, just to be safe. These lovely ladies are going in the garbage when I get home. Okay, I did both of them just to be safe. 20 after 9, repairs are done, and I am on my way. Looks like I got about a kilometer to paddle through Apex. Just kind of walking around on my shoes to see if I did this okay, if it's too tight. It's all right. All right, it is 20 after 9, and I am back on the water. Not for long, unfortunately, but after the next portage, I will be on the water for a long time. Well, there are 2 portages leaving Apex. One is 1,000 meter, and then there's the 715 that I'm doing, which I believe is right here. And this will take me into white mud, and white mud will just hopefully naturally take me into the South Lady Evelyn. All right, it's 9:40. I just brought the pack up here and I'm gonna pick up the canoe and take it as far as I can go again. 715 meter. It's supposed to be a little bit rocky and bouldery, according to Hap's book. Let's get her done. This is always a beautiful sight when you start doing a portage. Oh man, that's gorgeous. Nice wide pine needle road, soft ground to walk on, no obstacles. Wish it could be like this forever. All right, it's 10 after 10 and I'm at the other end. I got here at 10:02. Took me 17-ish minutes. I wanted to again put the canoe down a couple times and I'm just like, keep going. The portage is very bouldery and rocky. There's lots of boulder gardens, but I actually prefer it and find it a bit easier than the last one because there's no hills. It's fairly level, and a lot of the boulder gardens are like, the boulders they're a nice size. They're not huge and they're not tiny, so you can kind of step on them and walk over them and there isn't too much issue. So I'm kind of happy about that. All right, here's some boulder gardening stuff at the end. This isn't bad. Oh, by the way, my shoe feels really good. Cute little waterfalls here at the end. I'm terrified that I'm gonna have to carry the boat through 14 kilometers of that. I'm just terrified that's gonna happen to me. Can you imagine? I would never get out. 14 kilometers of that? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna find out in the next couple hours what it's like, so have no fear. All right, so here's the boulders that are generally really yucky and a pain in the butt, but these ones are a great size. Usually they're so big, but it's hard to, I don't know, walk on them, or they're too small. These ones are a nice size because you can step on them, just kind of traverse over them really nicely. Every once in a while I get stuck, and then I always step on them. That moves like that. Oh my gosh, it's scary. What I've been doing with my phone is sticking it just in the front of my dry suit here. There's kind of like a waist belt, so you can pull the pants up and everything and then kind of tighten it so that, because these are too, like, the sizes don't fit perfectly, obviously, and sometimes if I don't have that tight, like, it'll be like I'm wearing MC Hammer pants, like the crotch goes down like in between my thighs, like mid-thigh, instead of like up where it's supposed to be. So then I have a hard time like stretching out my legs or jumping across something. So this morning I took extra time to make sure that everything was pulled up and tight, so it'd be easier for me to walk on these portages. And when I went to put the backpack on, I moved everything, like kind of lifted it up and yanked up the pants, and then all of a sudden I felt something hit my foot. The phone dropped all the way down the dry suit to my foot. So then I had to stick my hand in there and like use the outside and inside to try to get it back up so I could grab it. I thought that was funny. All right, 10:45, canoe, pack, all at the white mud end of the portage. And I'm about to see what's going on the South Lady Evelyn finally. I hope I can get through there and it's not so crazy. I really do. I'm so anxious about this. Anyway, there's only one way to find out, so let's go find out. cool little waterfall and some really cool rock formations just here at the end of the portage. All right, white mud, here I come. Watch out, here I come. According to one of my maps, there's a campsite as soon as you get on the lake here, somewhere on the left side, I believe. Let's check my map. So there's the campsite there. I just see a fire pit. I don't even see a sign, but that's where it is. Just at the start of the lake. Lots of beautiful rocks here. Saloon in front of me on the water. Well, once again, the wind is at my back. I'm grateful. A little cool with the top of the dry suit off. I might just slip it back over. It's pretty simple to do. I've actually gotten really good at taking it on and off this season. I've been wearing it a lot this year. All right, that was quite the wind gust. It was just pushing me right across the water. And there's a tree like down here with a bunch of little branches sticking off, and so I opted to get pushed into the spot on the side of the water where the grasses were, just so I could sit there for a second. Put my sunglasses on, my dry top back on. All the current in the wind is just kind of moving me along, so I wanted to take a minute to review my notes from Hap's book. Just make sure that I know all the things of what I'm supposed to do and where I'm going to end up and what's happening here as much as I can. Supposedly right at the start there's 3 liftovers, a couple of beaver dams, and an old bridge or something. I don't know how far I'm going to make it. I'll have to see. If I'm having a really rough go, I'm going to stay on that campsite that is in Hap's book he says it's really nice. That's before the fast currents. Okay, here we go. Beaver dams and liftovers and all kinds of things. Oh my. Girl takes deep breath. Full of anxiety. So full of anxiety right now. Oh man. Okay. First leftover of many to come today. I'd like to film it for you, but it's going to be awkward, I'm sure. Alright, first beaver dam. Check. That wasn't too bad at all. There was a little mossy spot there that was sticking up, and I just stepped on that, pulled the canoe like 2/3 of the way over, left the back of it on the beaver dam, jumped in, and then did a little hump-a-lump to get off. Okay, on to the next. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready for this now. I'm like happy at least that there's some water. I don't know how far that's gonna last, but it's something. It's at least a good start. I really need to catch a fish. I would love to have a trout for dinner, like so much. It will depend on what today is like and how I feel, and the sun keeps shining. It's just beautiful right now. It's so chilly out, and that sun is just warming me right up. And there's water. Look at, like, I'm in the water and I'm paddling. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, this might be my next beaver dam already. Check. I don't even know if these are the ones or if these are new ones and the big ones are still coming, but the next thing I have to lift over is a log bridge or something like that, then I'm on track. There's nowhere I'd rather be right now. I'm just like loving this. I have a thing for creeks, as some of you know, in small water. Obviously not when I can't paddle it, which is what I thought this would be, and it still might be. I mean, I've just only started, but so far so good. Try to stay optimistic. Oh, here's the log bridge, I think. There's a whole bunch of logs here in the water. That's part of the log bridge. Oh, see? And then you just, that's the thing with the wind, you gotta watch. And the current. I can't film very well, it's hard. It's hard to do all the things and not crash into the grasses. phone. The last thing I want is a tripod stick to go flying over and have my phone jump in the water. I'm gonna be going swimming for sure, because I'm not leaving without my phone. Come on. I'm just stuck on the end. From what I understand, there are very few people who have gone down this part of the Lady Evelyn River. So I feel very privileged and special and honored to be able to do this. I was really, really hesitant about doing this trip. I made I just didn't feel like I was going to be in shape and prepared enough for it. And if I didn't do it, the route would have been canceled for the year. You can't do it any other time but this time of year. It looks so good. I'm so happy right now. Well, it looks like I've gone maybe about 1 kilometer, and it's just lovely. The wind is pushing me just a little bit here and there when it gusts. I'm not sure if I'm going to call that Beaver Dam 4. It's just little. I just stepped out to the side very quickly and pushed the boat through and then just climbed back in. It was fairly simple. But I just checked the map again and I'm making my way through quite well here. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's the one. Just try to fly off it too. All right, Beaver Dam number 5. I'm gonna count that last one, screw it. Okay, I don't know what's around the corner, but the water's looking a lot more shallow here. Okay, off we go. There's another one. This one's not too bad either. I just pulled through it. This one's not too bad. Sometimes I pull my paddle apart and I can just push myself over them. Sometimes I have to get out. So I've got my paddles apart and the back end of the canoe is on the Beaver Dam. It's just a little one, right? And then I just push like a little skier until I get free. Okay, water's getting a lot more shallow here, and there's some sticks and things sticking out. Okay, so the water's getting really shallow, and I have to get out to go over a log here, and all I can see in front of me is like dry boulders. I'm terrified. I'm not near the portage yet. This is this is the bottom. I'm on the bottom of the creek or the river, I guess it is. I expected there'd be some of this today. Probably a lot of this. I think the current will take me. I don't think I need to paddle here. Hopefully, because I can't get my paddle out. Come on, current, push me. Paddle up in the air. Using the paddle to get the sticks off my boat. Get out of here, don't scratch it. It's got enough scratches. Look at that wee guy. It's too shallow. Let's dry it off. It's all dried off. It's all dried off. Here's my turning. Okay, I can see water running. That's good. That's good, that's good. That's good. Okay. Not as bad as I thought. Hopefully. Over this, apparently. Okay, I can't find a stable place to put my feet because there's so much moss on the rocks. It's very slippery. Okay, up we go. Come on, buddy. Over. Turn. Over. Okay, that was one where I had to use some muscles. So pretty much the first one, actually. So I'm okay with that. A couple more days, maybe a week. I would have had to pull through all that. I'm free, look at that. Yes, it is very, very shallow. I have to watch out for rocks here. That's awesome. got through that little one. And now I'm sitting on a log. There. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna hump walk over it. As soon as I'm free from it, I will start coasting down the river again. This is great. I'm so happy with this so far. I know I've got a lot more work to do, but so far so good. Alright, well somehow it's 12 o'clock. Just randomly looking at things, check the map. I'm at the start of the kind of semicircle on the map. Gone over quite a few logs, probably about 4 of them now, just in the last little bit. And the canoe is just sliding over them without touching them. Like the water is just at the perfect level where I'm not getting stuck on them, and the boat's just sliding right over. Hopefully I have a light boat. This is wonderful. Look at this. It's amazing. Not a lot of water at all. Not enough so far. So far it's just enough. Oh, I just had another little obstruction here. It was like the water ended. I was like, where does it go? But yeah, that was actually a nice one. I just walked along these logs here to here and then jump back in. So I don't know, I lost count. I think I'm at like 17. I'm just kidding. So this is basically how it happens. I'm paddling and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm at the end and there's this little tiny waterway that I'm supposed to go through. I'm gonna get nailed with trees. I'm gonna have like tree whip all over my face. That was so cool. I wish I would have filmed that. I was like, okay, here we go. And I just turned my paddle sideways and hoped for the best. And I ducked and the boat went right through there. Scoot. Some of these just like look like the dead end. I'm scared. This one I'm gonna swoop through again, but then there's logs, so I have to go over those. I keep looking for like a portage or something like to go around, but there are none. So I'm gonna keep going down the river and hopefully I keep getting through. Are we having fun yet? Because I am. I just went through, I don't know, I keep going through these places that I don't think I'm gonna get through, and I just get through them. I'm sitting on top of my canoe seat because I was literally like skateboarding the canoe. I had to push off on a log, and then, oh, I wish I could film all this stuff really. It would be so great, but I can't. It's just too hard to do it all and film it, but that was a good time. Okay, what's around the corner now? I'm looking at my map, and I actually haven't gone very far considering how long I've been out here. Oh, I got a duck. Had quite a few, I want to say obstructions, just interesting passageways. But now that I have some open water, I think I better paddle as much as I can when that happens, because I don't know what's coming still. Like, there's still so much left to do. I'm like instructing it over. No, it's like no. Out we go again. Well, things are going pretty good here on the South Lady Evelyn River so far. I've paddled not very far. According to the Jeff's map, like where I have my GPS on it, it's like I've done maybe 2 kilometers out of the 14. But the last little bit has been nice. And there hasn't been any major like blockages or issues or liftovers or anything, and the water is very shallow, but the canoe seems to find its own path through the deeper water, and it's been really nice. Looks like I'm gonna get some shallow water here coming up ahead. Okay, gotta go, bye. Well, it's 10 to 1. I just went through a crazy roller coaster ride. Fast moving water and only about 3 feet wide. some trees. There was a tree over the water. I had to limbo under it, like just lift it up and kind of, it was like here. So that was fun. I think I got smacked by a branch somewhere along there. I'm not sure, but it was fun. And looks like I've gone about 3 kilometers. I finally stopped and peed, so I feel good about that. And just continuing making my way. I'm having a great time out here so far. Hasn't been anything too crazy. I got tree branches in my hair. I got a stick down my shirt. It's funny. Good times. Good times in Temagami. Sooner or later, the current winds and it just somehow moves the boat where it's supposed to go, and off it goes. So just paddling along here, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm looking at how far everything is, and how slowly I'm traveling down the river. Although I'm traveling and I'm not complaining, I am loving this so much. But I think that it would almost be smarter for me being me, to stay at this campsite before the portages. It's on the South Lady Evelyn, and in Hap's book he says it's a really nice little campsite on the river. Still gonna think about it some more, and I'll see what it looks like and if it's nice and whatnot, but I might just stay there. I think that would be a great thing. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I think the canoe will go right under this. I'm just gonna hold it still with the paddle in this current somehow, and just climb over the log myself, personally, and then get in the boat on the other side. That worked like a charm. Don't use the log though. Just a note, I hurt myself a little bit. I grabbed the log to get up, and then the boat started sliding. You have to get up in the boat like you would normally would. Like I usually use the thwart to pull myself up, and then grab the log. But other than that, it went very smoothly. Quite happy about that. Well, it's 1:37 and still paddling along here. By the looks of the map, I'm about 2 kilometers away from that campsite, and that's about it. I think it makes the most sense to stay there. Well, the river's opened up quite a bit now, and haven't had any obstructions in a little while. Got smacked in the face twice today by branches. Not sure what effect that'll have. Probably none. I've got a pretty tough face. Oh, I was right. This is a little obstruction. Nothing major. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? This is a new one for me. Oh, the water's on the other side. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. I can't stand on it. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna do some more magic here. All right, I stood up to get a better look. I guess the plan is to go over this and then get in the water there. And then it looks like there's a tree down there as well, but I'm not sure if I can get around it or not. I'll have to wait till I get there to find out for more surprises. The problem is this is pretty deep here where I'm standing. I'm standing in the boat. So I'm just gonna crawl up to the front, and I'm gonna try to get some solid ground there on those branches, and then just have to pull the boat up and over it. That's all I can do, really. This is one of the hardest obstacles I've ever had to get through. I can't. I finally got in here. The branches allowed me to step on them, and I'm just like standing on top of here. I'm gonna have to hep the canoe over this and then just into the water over there somehow. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna be at that campsite. And I really wish I had something to drink. Okay, I'm on top of the dam. I'm sitting on top of my backpack, and I'm just gonna crawl up in here, and then I should be on my way. Holy crap. That was like a 45 minutes of my day, or maybe an hour, I don't even know. Oh, I gotta get through. All right, it's 2:50. I'm back on the water. I've been trying to film for the last couple of minutes, but like, it's just an S, and it's super windy, and there's a current, and I keep having to steer, and I'm just like, screw it. Yes, I am aware this is not the way to treat a brand new canoe. I don't have a choice. I can't get over that. There's little bits and things sticking out all over it. The water's deep. I can't get under it because the boat's too high. So I just brought it over these branches of grasses. And the grasses are actually being very kind to it. So, thank you, grasses. I'm still not 100% sure this is the campsite. It looks like what he describes in the book. So I'm gonna go check it out. I'm just trying to find a place to land the canoe. I think I'm gonna put it there where those grasses are and then go up that way. There's actually a really great spot with the canoe right there. And it'll just probably stay in the water. It's tied up already just to be safe. And here's a little path coming up. Look at this. Thanks, Hap. I wouldn't have even known this was a campsite. There's no campsite sign anywhere. But yes, absolutely spectacular. There's the river. Fire pit. Beautiful flat spot for the tent. It's 3:30 and I left at 7. 8.5 hours I've been traveling. Can't wait to see what tomorrow has in store. Oh man. I'm curious if there's any fish in this river. Like, I know there's fish in the river, but I haven't seen any. The water's been so shallow in so many spots. I've been in water like this before where I can see and it's super clear and I can see the bottom, and I've always seen fish. I haven't seen any fish. Oh my God, this is paradise. This is worth all the leftovers and crap. I was having a great time until about, let's say maybe an hour ago, hour and a half ago. Look at my hands. I don't know why they're all shriveled up, but they're all shriveled up. And when I run them like along my clothes, I don't know if you can hear that, they're super rough and they're just like really sore. Tomorrow hopefully will be an easier day, but I think this will probably be my favorite night, my favorite campsite. I don't know. No, last night's campsite was really good. I'm gonna go get my stuff and get this dry suit off and sit in the sunshine and get myself settled, and I'll be back in a bit. Well, it's 5:30. I'm sitting here in the sun in my shorts and my tank top. Yes, I have sunscreen on. I'm out of lip chap though. I'm just like digging in with my nails, which are rapidly disappearing, but that's okay. Yeah, I just finished all the things and I didn't even do firewood. I had to put some stuff out to dry, the dry suit. My sleeping bag once again got a little bit damp. Yeah, so I should be starting to make dinner, but I'm not because I have been wanting to sit here in the sun in my shorts since I got here, and I promised I would do it. So I'm going to sit here for at least a half an hour and soak up this sunshine and all of its heat, and then I'll think about dinner. I can't listen to my audiobook because I only have 34% left on my charger. I have 2 solar chargers, and the one has been in my bag facing the sun all day long, and it hasn't even gained like 1 little bar. So I've got one of them that's dead, the solar charger, and I've got it sitting in the sun and I've got it plugged in. Well, I did until I made this video. and it's actually charging. So I'm going to see how much I can suck out of that dead one so that I don't need to use the other one. The other one's sitting in the sun, and the other one's not a solar. It has 34% left. No audiobooks for this, girl. I have to read some of my other stuff. I have a whole bunch of map stuff here that I can look over, and I'm kind of tired anyways, so I'll probably just stare off into space. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.